Hello, I'm here with the Dirty Toast production. My name is Redface, and we've been making a skateboard. One of these great utensils. But we've been making ours out of this clipboard. We've already measured it, cut it out, sanded everything. Now it's time to glue all of our pieces together. And here's how we're going to do it. We have a smaller board and a bigger board. And we're going to put a bigger board on the bottom and a smaller board under that, so it looks more like this. We wanted to put the smaller board in the center between the clipboard and that board, but we thought that this gap would cause damage to the board. So we're using it on the bottom so that it can strengthen the trucks area and the center area for weight, and if they do any grinding or sliding or any cool tricks like that. So this is why and how we decided it would look best if it's on the bottom, and probably work the best. So let's get to gluing. Hey, you're here with Redface, and we're going to be gluing our skateboard together. We're going to be using Old Betsy, Elmer's glue, and also Gorilla Glue, Harambe glue. Well, let's get her done. We're going to take our first board, the bigger board, a board that fully fits to it, and we're going to put on first a layer of the Elmer's glue, or Betsy glue, and then we'll put some of our Gorilla Glue, or Harambe glue, on top of that. Make sure it really holds together. After we glue all of these pieces, we are going to be clamping them. Make sure you always clamp your wood. Well, it's time to get this open. Make sure you get that glue really spread all across the board. Woo! I caught that just in time. Woo! Cat Ninja reflexes! Activate! Okay, once we got it nice and all over, we're going to take our Harambe glue. I gotta go ahead and put a dot inside of here to make sure that the metal and the wood stick. And we're going to put it along the edge. And a little bit in the middle. Make sure these guys can't pull this thing apart while they're on their skateboard. Almost want to eat it. Making a lasagna skateboard. Yeah. Alright. Let's take our clipboard. Not enough clamps, never enough clamps. As many clamps as you can get on one of these things, you get that on there. Make sure we hold everything together. As I said, you can't use enough clamps. So, we got this clamp down here that we're going to be using to help us do it. But we don't want it to damage any of the board. So we're going to put this between to kind of help make sure that the board does not get damaged. much in the center as possible so that you can get as much center squeeze and even squeeze. You always want your squeeze to be even, eh? Okay. Then, on the top, I'm going to be using this and this so that no damage comes to the board. Anything that's not really fully touching, I'm just going to kind of make sure that enough glue to hold everything together. Pretty sure everything's going to hold though. Well, that's the first step to gluing. Gonna have to wait about 24 hours for the next step. Hasta la vista, baby. Sorry. Red face here. Dirty Toes Production. We were making that Clipboard skateboard for Braille Skateboarding. We make it, they skate it. Well, let's get to the unclamping. It's been 24 hours since we glued our board to our board. And let's see how good our glue did. Let's get to it. Well, let's start getting that clamp off there. Look at them kitties. Meow, 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 meow. As we say, there's not enough clips. We got all this slag here of it pressurizing and sticking together. So what we're going to have to do is sand it down. It held really, really well. That board ain't going nowhere. Well, see, here's our board. How good the glue held after unclamping it. This is Red Face showing the first gluing step of our clipboard. That thing feels so strong, like I don't think they're gonna break this. They're gonna have fun with this for a very long time. Let's get the other board put on. Hi, I'm back with Red Face. I got our other piece of wood. Gotta love your wood. It's smaller than the other things, so it's kind of got to be centered, and we don't want too much glue getting on the outside of the wood, so we're going to trace it. So we put it to the edge here, get your pencil and watch out, and then go back over here, watch out. Got yourself a line. You know how far out not to go your glue. This moment we're going to be using some Harambe glue, Gorilla Glue. And some Betsy glue. Elmer's all-purpose. It's really good for wood, both of these. And we want to make sure that this thing sticks together. It stays strong for them as they skate it. Let's hop to it. We'll first be starting off with Betsy. Old Betsy. And we need our butter knife. We take our wood piece, you shut it right in the center. And just like before, we got to put it in the clamps again. And another 24 hours. Got all of our clamps on. Gluing is done. And yes, now we just have to wait for it all to dry. We have about 24 hours. And then we can sand off all the excess glue and... Oh, wait a minute. Did you hear that? I heard that. Somebody is knocking at my door. Goodness. Sometimes I feel like an old man being disabled and stuff. Answering that door, unless you know who's coming, which I don't. It's like a present, a gift. You never know who's gonna be there. Or nobody at all. And just nobody. Check it out! Somebody even left us a note. That's awesome. Let's go inside and read it. Woo! Well, we got some cool stuff, and let's see who it's from. Trucks, wheels. Woo! He sent us a picture of him. Edgar with a D. Thank you, Edgar with a D. And here's his note. This is a donation to the Dirty Toes production. From Edgar with a D. P.S. I hope Braille takes your submission. Thanks. We hope they take your submission too. That's awesome. Sending us these trucks and wheels. Edgar with a D. We couldn't be doing stuff like this without people like you. Thank you. And that brings us to the end of this little segment of our board. See you next time. Have a nice one. Hi, you've reached Redface. Please leave a message after the beep. I'm just kidding. We're here to do the unclamping of our skateboard, our Clipboard skateboard. We have just got done gluing it for its second time. And we are now going to take all the clamps off and see how strong this skateboard really is. Well, let's get started. Gonna first take off this bad boy here. Oh, there we go. Woo! Heavy with all these clamps on here. And there we go. We got some of this slag that we showed on the first gluing. We need to sand off. Other than that, she looks beautiful. The Clipboard skateboard, setting to Braille. We're going to sand her down a little bit just to get this nice slag of glue off. We've already gone through cutting it out, sanding it down, and gluing everything. Now it's time to get the grip tape on it, get a nice cool logo, put our trucks and hardware and everything on it, so that they can skateboard this at Braille Skateboarding. Thanks for watching. This is Redface, the Dirty Toes production. Have a wonderful day. Peace out. Hello, you're here with Redface and the Dirty Toes production. We've been making that Clipboard skateboard for Braille Skateboarding. It is now time to get off this extra slag glue, extra glue. So let's get our Dremel and get sanding. Always remember, when you're working with power tools, put your safety on. Here we go. Now what I want to do, just to kind of artistically make the board a little bit better, is I want to take this groove right here, and I want to kind of bevel it down into the other wood. And so, I'm going to get to that. Okay, enough of the power tools. Go ahead and get a close-up of this a little bit before I start hand sanding, cleaning it up. Grab some of our 60 grain. Now we're going to go on to our 320 grain. And there's our Clipboard skateboard. Hey, you're back with Red Face and the Dirty Toes production. We want to put a little bit more artwork and just a little bit more strength to the board as well. So you're here with me, my drill master, and my Black & Decker to help put a couple of screws into this board. We're going to use these four little buggers here and this 5/64 inch drill bit to put these in for a little bit of art, a little bit of strength into our board. Making sure that the drill bit only goes through the first two and only slightly into the third one. Well, let's get started. Mark on your drill bit so that you don't go all the way through. So what's good to do is line up your drill bit on what you're drilling into as far as you want it to go in, and then make a mark with your marker on your drill bit of how far to not go in. Do not collect 200, do not pass go. Go directly to jail. Do not go past this mark. And so that you can see it better, go all the way around the bit because the bit spins. Thank you, Sharpie! Well, let's get to drilling. And first try. Take your Black & Decker. We need to put some holes through our Clipboard skateboard for our trucks to be mounted on our board. So what we're going to need is a drill and a couple of drill bits. We got a 3/32 of an inch, 5/32 of an inch, and 15/64. Those are what we're going to use to work our way up so we don't splinter the board at all or crack it or anything that could happen. So let's get started. We're going to need a little piece of wood, a little plank, so we don't screw into our leg, that we can place under the board as we drill this out. Next, we're going to need our trucks so that we can place them on our board and measure it out. Place it where you want, and then take a pencil and make little circles where your holes are. We already did it for the sake of time. Then we get our drill, put in our first drill bit. That is the 3/32 of an inch. Put this under the clip for the first drill. Get it nice and dead center.
Remember to put them safety goggles on. Never forget. Don't forget.
Start drilling.
Then next, we go to the next bit up, 532. And now, our next bit, which is 1564. Well, that was scary. Let's make sure our screws fit. Woo! Our screw fits. And that's drilling our holes for our trucks. And now, on to drawing. Hey, we're here with Redface. And I'm going to be putting this really cool sticker on my fingerboard part. We thought right here would be the best spot. So, let's get started. And that is how you put down a sticker. Thank you again, Daddy, for this great sticker for my great fingerboard park. First try. Well, thank you for watching our videos, and part 3 I guess now is over. We kind of need you to subscribe, if you could, share it, and like it. It would really help us out. We'll put links above for part 1, part 2, and for the next part, because this is going to be a 4-part thing. Thanks for the support, thanks for the love. Can't do this without fans and people like you that watch our videos. So hopefully you had a good time, and thanks to Braille, thanks to Daddies for our nice lovely grip tape. Peace out. Yeah. That was gangster. Did you see that shit? Ooh, gangster. Woo! Ooh. There we go. First try. Ooh.